Good evening, everybody. Welcome along. Thank you very much for joining us. It is Saturday, the 1st of October in your world. In mine, it's definitely not Saturday, 1st of October. It's very, very early in the week. For me, lots going on. By the time you guys get to watch this, I will have already done loads. It would have been all over our social media. Hopefully, as long as everything's gone to plan, by now I will have travelled to London. Well, pre-recorded Saturday quiz. Travelled to London. I will have been did the Zoe Ball Breakfast show in the studio. I would then have spent the whole day with Connections. I would then have been at spent the whole day with Connections, done the quiz live from Connections. So fingers crossed that went well. But obviously I'm recording this before then, so I don't know. We'll cover both bases. What a brilliant quiz! Can't believe it was brilliantly well received, etc. Or sorry about the technical problems. Covered that bit off. And then we'll have been at the award ceremony for the Celebrity Charity Partner of the Year with Connections up against Idris Elba, Griff Rhys-Jones, Livia Firth, etc., Angela Hartnett. So again, I don't know what happened, so I can't really acknowledge it. So we'll say, do you know what? It was brilliant to be nominated against all those incredible people. Or I'll just say, we won. And then tomorrow I'm doing the marathon. But yeah, very, very short intro. So we're going to get straight into it in about 20 seconds. But I missed a couple of birthdays last week. So I do just want to say a very, very quick happy birthday to Phil Anderson. You sent that, it was sent through to us very, very late on, and I'd already pre-recorded. And also, hello, so happy birthday to you, Phil, and happy birthday as well to Mark Phillips on behalf of Jan and Team Beard as well. Apologies for missing those, but that is it. We're bang on time. That's why it's a short intro. Oh, my camera's not on. Hang on, let's get this sorted. There we go. Let's get straight into Saturday night's quiz. I will be on social media because I'm going to be sat in the hotel just relaxing and chilling and getting ready for the marathon on Sunday, or as you watch this tomorrow morning. Tracking details will have all been on social media as well. If I can edit this, I'll put them in the link in the description. They'll be in the description as well, along with the donation link if you can support us. But let's get into the quiz. Most importantly, 30 questions for you. Let's kick it off with entertainment, starting with this number one. How was Richard Starkey better known? So how was Richard Starkey better known? Need to write my timings down as well. I've not done that. They were a bit out last week. So 0 means that time. That means that time. Okay, I think I'm right. Question number two. Who played Peggy Mitchell in EastEnders? So who played Peggy Mitchell in EastEnders? Number three, what did the Scarecrow want in The Wizard of Oz? So what did the Scarecrow want in The Wizard of Oz? I've changed my setup, by the way, in case some of you may be picking up on it. You won't have picked up on it Thursday because I'm at Connections. But I've changed my setup slightly. So I've brought my old desk back in because it's more comfortable to work from. The problem is my monitor that I use to read the questions from is tilted and up. I need to get it sorted, so I'm like that. Number four, which Irish group had hits with Blame It on the Weatherman, Roller Coaster, and To You I Belong? You to I Belong? Start that again. Which Irish girl group had hits with Blame It on the Weatherman, Roller Coaster, and To You I Belong? Number five, Hanna-Barbera are commonly associated with which type of programming? Is it animation, black and white films, or silent movies? So the group Hanna-Barbera are more commonly associated with which type of programming? Is it animation, is it black and white films, or is it silent movies? Number six, name the character pictured here. Name the character. It surprises me how many people misread or don't understand, miss sort of heard the question and what have you. Name the character. Number 7, name the song. The moment I wake up, before I put on my makeup. And while combing my hair now, I'm wondering what dress to wear now. So name the song from this. The moment I wake up, before I put on my makeup. And while combing my hair, wondering what dress to wear now. Just so I've taken the name of the song out of the middle of that, by the way. The name of the song does fit in the middle of that, but I have taken the name of the song out of it. Excuse me. Number 8, name the film from this picture. So name the film from this picture for number 8. Number 9, Hot Shots was primarily a parody of which 80s movie? The Hot Shots was primarily a parody of which 80s movie? That's why you were 4 days before the marathon bashing Mini. And finally, number 10, what was the name of Barney Rubble's wife in the Flintstones? Yes, what was the name of Barney Rubble's wife in the Flintstones? At round 2 then, places and people. Places, people, places. Let's get into this. Round 2, number 1. I don't know what's up with me this morning. Number 1, what is the name of the southern French city famous for its annual film festival? So what is the name of the southern French city famous for its annual film festival? Number 2, Olaf Scholz, Olaf Scholz replaced whom as Chancellor of Germany in 2021? So Olaf Scholz replaced whom as Chancellor of Germany in 2021? Number 3, the Statue of Liberty was donated to the USA from which country? So the Statue of Liberty was donated to the USA from which country? Watched a great video about that being built the other day. Number 4, Anglophones. Yeah, Anglophones. I am right. Anglophones are speakers of which language? So Anglophones are speakers of which language? Number 5, which Greek scholar was set to have leapt? Start again. Which Greek scholar was said to have leapt from his bath and shouted, "Eureka! Eureka!" No, I was going to make a Shooting Stars joke, but I'm not going to. Number 5, which Greek scholar was said to have leapt from his bath and shouted, "Eureka! Eureka!" Number 6, actor Liam Neeson was born in which country? So, actor Liam Neeson was born in which country? Number 7, which former Liberal Democrats MP dated both TV presenter Sian Lloyd and Gabriella from the Cheeky Girls? So which former Lib Dem MP dated both TV presenter Sian Lloyd and Gabriella from the Cheeky Girls? Number 8, what is comedian Michael Pennington's stage name? So what is comedian Michael Pennington's stage name? Number 9, who is this Antarctic explorer? So who is this Antarctic explorer? And your final question for Places, People, Places is... Anne Dunham was a famous anthropologist. Oh, I knew this would happen. Anne Dunham was a famous anthropologist. Anthropologist. We'll go with that. But also the mother of which American president? So she was famous in her own right. But Anne Dunham was a famous anthropologist. But also the mother of which American president? So it's Saturday night. Let's finish off your first part of the quiz with some blockbusters. I'm back. I'm keeping with the gold run for a couple of weeks because I love some of these. These are great, and you guys seem to like them last week as well. So here we go. Round 3, blockbusters. Question 1. What GC is a group of 40,000 interlocking columns as a result even of ancient volcanic fissure eruption in Northern Ireland. Try saying that when you've had a couple of gins, or faster than that. What GC is a group of 40,000 interlocking columns as a result of ancient volcanic fissure eruption in Northern Ireland. Number 2, what pH is a small hole in a door for the purposes of seeing who is at the door before answering? So what pH is a small hole in a door for the purposes of seeing who is at the door before answering? Number 3, what WA is a World Heritage Site and Royal Church in the centre of London? So what WA is a World Heritage Site and Royal Church in the centre of London? Number 4, what CB is a common fortune-telling object? So what CB is a common fortune-telling object? Number 5, what RC is the name of a worldwide neutral and impartial humanitarian network? So what RC is the name of a worldwide neutral and impartial humanitarian network? Number 6, what JR is the name of a pirate ship's flag? Aha, me hearties. I don't think I've properly woken up yet. What JR is the name of a pirate ship's flag? Aha. This is why I do a quiz in the evenings. A bit doolally in the morning. Cue everyone on Discord saying doolally in the morning, question mark, ... Number 7, what SB is an annual sporting event in American football? So what SB is an annual sporting event in American football? Number 8, what PT was the predecessor to council tax in the United Kingdom? So what PT was the predecessor to council tax in the United Kingdom? Not Scotland, no, I don't. You can work out what the PT is, but I might be wrong on it. Might not actually have been Scotland, but yeah. I'm sure someone will let me know whether I'm right or wrong on that. Number 9, what TM is an ivory white marble mausoleum on the bank of the river Yamuna? What TM is an ivory white marble mausoleum on the bank of the river Yamuna? And finally, number 10, what CDC means dead end in French? So what CDC means dead end in French? Just on the whole first part of the quiz with some fluff in my hair. There we go. Right, so that is your first 30 questions for this evening. If you want to recap any of those, they're on their own individual links because it's pre-recorded and I'm not there to push the button live. Well, I might. I've got my laptop with me. I might be. Head to Twitter. It was just up there on screen at the Virtual Pub Q1. Head to Twitter. The link will be up there. So it'll either be individual rounds or the whole link. Depends on what I'm doing. Also, because Chris is with me as well and his lovely lady Astrid. So I don't know what we'll be doing at this point. I know I'll be keeping an eye on it, but I might not have my laptop with me at that point. But yeah, so anyway, head to Twitter and you can get a recap. Whichever way. It doesn't matter which way round it is to you guys. I'm just waffling. Right, first break. So I did the water cooler on Monday. Sort of water cooler and coffee chat. It was great fun, actually. I really enjoyed it. So one of the suggestions was, could you have a word search again? So I have done. So there are, coming up on your screen next, there is a word search. You need to find 10 social media sites. However, just a caveat, if you want to try and be clever and think, oh, I'll just write down 10 social media sites and I might get 10 out of 10, I've left some obvious ones out. Okay? So don't try and be clever. I've left some obvious ones out. I'll see you after this. Okay, I'm down here in the corner today because I've covered over where I'd normally be. But yeah, so I'll give you the answer to these in just a moment. I think that, again, the countdown timer is a pain in the... Anyway, I need to find a better sort of app for Streamlabs. If anyone uses Streamlabs and you put countdown timers on, the one I use, will it hover over it? I think it's, yeah, it's called, I think it's called Advanced Overlay Maker, basically. If anyone uses Streamlabs and knows of a better built-in app that you can use for countdown timers, let me know, because I'm sick to... I fixed it, changed them, and it all seems to be working, and then it stopped again. So, but yeah, let's give you the answers to these in just a moment. Remember, I did say I left one of the more obvious ones out. In fact, actually, when I do that, I'm going to have to move myself because I'm in the way. Right, let's give you the answers then to these in 3, in 2, in 1. There. There we go, and that's the position of where they all were as well. So the 10 in total, you had Pinterest, LinkedIn, Instagram, Snapchat, Tumblr, Twitter, Reddit, TikTok. See, when I looked at that and I was trying to make sure that there wasn't anything untoward, which I don't think there was. But when I was trying to go through, I was like, TikTok seems to be in about 5 different places, and then realised it was just the way they'd set it up. Flickr as well, it's a photo sharing site. And the one you are watching this on right now, YouTube. I'm nodding. You can't even see. Yeah. Oh, dear. One of those weeks already. Right, so that is all of those for you. So 10 of those. Remember, just for a bit of fun in the breaks on a Saturday. So if you want to get your answer sheets ready while I get everything set up on here. So I need to change that one. Change that one. And change that one. Change that one. What on earth? That's last week's. That one there. Put me back on. No, don't put the music back on. Put me on there. There we go. All right, let's see how you did with the first part of the quiz then. 30 questions ready for you, 30 answers to come. Let's see how you did with entertainment. Round 1. How was Richard Starkey better known? He was known as Ringo Starr. Eldest of the Beatles. Number 2, who played Peggy Mitchell in EastEnders? It was Barbara Windsor. Number 3, what did the Scarecrow want in The Wizard of Oz? He wanted a heart. Oh, hang on. No, hang on. Hang on. Am I right on that? No, I knew I was wrong. I put the wrong one in. Like, count. Hold, please. I wrote the wrong one in. There we go. See, I've adjusted myself. Before you all jump on Twitter and start shouting at me, I've rectified my mistake. And you know what? This is pre-recorded. I could quite easily have cut that there, edited it, and gone, sorry, and no one would have been any the wiser. But I don't. Pre-record these as if they were live for you, so all the chaos and mistakes stay in. Cowardly. The Scarecrow wanted a brain. I knew I'd put the wrong one in. Number 4, which Irish girl group had hits with Blame It on the Weatherman, a Roller Coaster, and To You I Belong? It's Bewitched. I've just looked at me. Yeah, I've just typed the wrong thing in. On my Word document, what did the Scarecrow want in The Wizard of Oz? A brain. Just typed it wrong into PowerPoint. Number 5, Hanna-Barbera are commonly associated with which type of programming? It's animation. Tom and Jerry, etc. Number 6, name the character that is Mr. Bean. Number 7, name the song The Moment I Wake Up. Before I put on my makeup. And while combing my hair now and wondering what dress to wear now, it's I Say a Little Prayer for You. That's what goes in the middle. Before I put on my makeup, say a little prayer for you. Forever and ever. Number 8, name the film. It's Kindergarten Cop. It's a great film. I love that film. So it's like one of those Sunday afternoon feel-good films that you can just, yeah, I love. Number 9, Hot Shots was primarily a parody of which 80s movie? It was Top Gun. wonder if now they've done Top Gun Maverick, will the team behind Hot Shots? I know they did Hot Shots and Hot Shots Part 2, but will they do a third one to parody Maverick? I think that'd be a brilliant idea. And finally, number 10. What was the name of Barney Rubble's wife in the Flintstones? She was called Betty Rubble. Round 2 was Places, people. Places. Number 1. What is the name of the southern French city famous for its annual film festival? It is Cannes. Number 2. Olaf Scholz replaced whom as Chancellor of Germany in 2021? It was Angela Merkel. Number 3. Statue of Liberty was donated to the USA from which country? It's France. Number 4. Anglophones are speakers of which language? It's English. Hello? There we go. Number 5. Which Greek scholar was said to have leapt from his bath and shouted, Eureka! Eureka! It's Archimedes. Number 6. Actor Liam Neeson was born in which country? It was Northern Ireland. Number 7. Which former Lib Dem MP dated both TV presenter Sean Lloyd and Gabriella from the Cheeky Girls? It was Lembit Opik. Didn't he go in like some reality show as well? You know, go in Big Brother or something. Number 8. What is comedian Michael Pennington's stage name? It's Johnny Vegas. Number 9. That is Ernest Shackleton. And number 10. Anne Dunham was a famous anthropologist, but also the mother of Barack Obama. And your blockbusters then, which was round 3. What GC is a group of 40,000 interlocking columns as a result of ancient volcanic fissure eruption in Northern Ireland? It's Giant's Causeway. Need to visit that at some point. It does look beautiful. Number 2, what pH is a small hole in a door for the purposes of seeing who is at the door before answering? It's peephole. Number 3, what WA is a World Heritage Site and Royal Church in the centre of London? Is Westminster Abbey. Number 4, what CB is a common fortune-telling object? It's crystal ball. Number 5, what RC is the name of a worldwide neutral and impartial humanitarian network? It's Red Cross. Number 6, what JR is the name of a pirate ship's flag? It's the Jolly Roger. Aha! Number 7, what SB is an annual sporting event in American football? It is Super Bowl. Number 8, what PT was the predecessor to council tax in the UK? It's poll tax. Number 9, what TM is an ivory white marble mausoleum on the bank of the river Yamuna? It is the Taj Mahal. And finally, number 10, what CDC means dead end in French? It is cul-de-sac. That will always stick in my mind with the Henderson 7 and the fire pitters who lived in a cul-de-sac in the early days, and they always used to sit outside in that first lockdown with the fire pit going and firing, putting the quiz up on the big screen on one side of one of the houses. That's one of the things that will stick with me through all this crazy time. Right, 30 questions. Tot your scores up. How are you getting on so far? Let us know, as you always do, across social media or Discord or whatever it may be. So yeah, let us know how you are getting on at home. Still to come, Connections Round and General Knowledge. Connections Round was one of the suggestions that popped up, and I quite like the idea, so I thought I'll do it, and got straight on with writing it pretty much after I finished the virtual coffee morning on Monday. So that idea came from there. So if you're in that virtual coffee morning, and remember any of the suggestions, you might have half a chance. General Knowledge to finish, and then for your final break, something I'll explain it to you when I get it. I will explain it to you when there's no point trying to explain it now because you'll have forgotten by the time we get to it. But another bit of fun for your second break. Right, push that button there, push that button there, and here we go. Round 4 connections, as always. 9 questions. Question number 10, what links them to get all together? I'm going to put this out there. I mean, to be fair, Thursday's connection, I don't know how well it was received, but it probably should have been a little bit obvious what I was doing. But anyway, I'll cover that next Thursday when I'm back live and at home. But let's get into tonight's one. Connections. Number 1. What was the name of the dock in Liverpool that was home to the live? Oh yeah, that's right. What was the name of the dock in Liverpool that was home to the live This Morning weather map between 1988 and 1996? So what was the name of the dock in Liverpool that was home to the live This Morning weather map between 1988 and 1996? Number 2, what word can go after stock, Billingsgate, and farmers? So what word can go after stock, Billingsgate, and farmers? Number 3, UK TV Gold became which channel in 2007 and still uses the name to this date? So UK TV Gold became which channel in 2007 and still uses the name to this date? This might be one of those you might have to just leave to one side for now and come back if you don't know the answer. But when you work out the connection, it should become obvious. Number 4, what is the name of the seaside town on the north coast of Kent? A popular place for holidaymakers in the 18th century, owing to its proximity to London, and now for Dreamland Amusement Park. So what is the name of the seaside town on the north coast of Kent, a popular place for holidaymakers in the 18th century, owing to its proximity to London, and now for Dreamland Amusement Park? I didn't realise how many things have been filmed at Dreamland Amusement Park until I was looking at this when I was writing this. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Crazy, I tell you. Number 5, what was the name of the child in the film The Omen? So what was the name of the child in the film The Omen? Number 6, the common name for this is the snow pea, but what is it called across the British Isles? Again, if you've worked out the connection, this is easy. If you haven't, come back to it and it will, once you've worked out the connection, will be very obvious. Number 7, what is the name of this pub? It is not the White Horse. White Horse is a full picture of a horse. So what is the name of this pub? I mean, again, if you know the connection, it's you wouldn't even needed that sort of caveat. But yeah, it's not the White Horse. Shouldn't have said that really. I should have let people put White Horse down and then, but never mind. Number 8, who is this? Making a second Saturday appearance in the connection round. But who is this for number 8? Number 9, name the car. I mean, I don't mean like call it Bob or what have you. I mean, what is the name of the car? Name the car for number 9. Looks more like an Ernie. It's last Saturday. The winner of Stars in Their Eyes sung Ernie, fastest milkman in the West. Full blown milk. I deliver it out. It's brilliant. And as always, number 10, what links them all together? What links all of those 9 answers together? So let's, hopefully, there we go. Let's finish off then with some Jebrel knowledge. 10 random questions for you coming up, starting with this. Number 1, name one of the 2 planets that don't, sorry, that should be doesn't. Name one of the 2 planets that doesn't have any confirmed moons. I watched them crash the dart into Didymos. Watch that live on Monday night. Brilliant. Number 2, what nationality was the artist Monet? So what nationality was the artist Monet? Number 3, name the T brand from this badly Microsoft painted out picture. So name the T brand for number 3. It's like I've got a felt tip pen and just gone. Number 4, which English county has the longest coastline? So which English county has the longest coastline? Number 5, which country has an airport named after Mother Teresa? So which country has an airport named after Mother Teresa? That's my doorbell. Well, it's not my doorbell, it's the motion sensor. You'll have already seen it on Wednesday on social. So I've been doing a time-lapse recording and forgot to put phone on silent. Number 6, RMS in terms of ships stands for Royal what ship? Sarah's downstairs, she can sort it out. So RMS in terms of ships stands for Royal what ship? Number 7, which fictional bear lived in the fictional village of Nutwood? So which fictional bear lived in the fictional village of Nutwood? Number 8, which Shakespeare play opens to households both alike in dignity? In fair Verona, where we lay our scene. So which Shakespeare play opens two households both alike in dignity? In fair Verona, where we lay our scene. Number 9, which Latin word's literal translation is somewhere else? So which Latin word's literal translation is somewhere else? And your final question for this evening, which city would you find the CBS Stadium that was previously known as the Ricoh Arena? So which city would you find the CBS Stadium that was previously known as the Ricoh Arena? So there you have it. That is all of your questions for this evening. So again, if you need the recap, they'll be up on Twitter in some way, shape or form. Not getting into that again. So they'll be up there now if you want those. So head on over there. For your second break, it's not Oh, hello, go back. It's not Dingbats tonight. Let me just hide my camera, put that back on if it's not going to work. And turn that on. So yeah, it's not Dingbats. I have got 9 landmarks for you. Coming up on screen. Obviously, marathon tomorrow as you watch this. If you're watching this on the premiere, if you're watching it on Monday, then I've already done the marathon. But these are 9 things that I am going to run past, and Chris as well, and everybody else who's taking part tomorrow in the marathon. These are 9 things that we're going to run past. So I've just given you 9 pictures. All you need to do is put them in order that we run past them. Now, if you don't have to know the landmark, because I think 1 or 2 of them you might not do. So if you want to write down the number, I've put them in order as well in terms of numbers. And then when I come back, we'll give you the answers. I'll see you. See you after this. Okay, that's about sort of 7 minutes. Yeah, again, if you've got an idea for Streamlabs, let me know. And then I can have a look at it when I get back from London. So, yeah, these are the landmarks in order. I'll give you the answers to these in just a sec. I just want to talk about, so last year I had a time in mind and I didn't really have a plan. And for those of you who are tracking me, you'll have seen I started off basically like Usain Bolt, and it just sort of, but I was still feeling good, still was on course. This year, what I've done is I've got a plan. I know what I need to hit at each mile to hit sort of the time that I want to. So when you're tracking, if you want to track, you know, it's great that you want to track. When you're tracking this year, I'm not setting off like Usain Bolt. I'm far from it. I've got a plan. I know what I need to do. So it will be setting off slowly. Last year I got caught up in it. I got swept up in it. It was a giddy occasion. So a bit more experience this year. Put my headphones in for the first few miles, which I didn't do again. I took those out after a couple of miles. So I'm going to put my headphones in. I've still got the playlist, by the way, that a lot of you added songs to. So, and I'm going to set off and I'm going to go steady away, ignore everyone who's around me, not going to get caught up in, suddenly someone comes sprinting past. Chris and I have both agreed as well, we're not going to get caught up in that we're at different starts, and he's starting about 8 minutes before me. So if I catch him up, we've both said, it sounds harsh, but we're not going to drop back, or I'm not going to drop back to support him and get him through, or he's not going to drop back, because we've got individual targets that we want to meet. So yeah, so when you're tracking, last year, I think at one point I was on for 4 hours, which was never in my psyche. That was never in my target. So this year, don't panic if it suddenly shows that I'm going to finish on Wednesday at the start, because that's all part of my plan. The training program I've got is to start slow, build up, and past the halfway point. So the halfway point is where I'll hit my peak, and then bring it slowly down again, so to get all the way through. So yeah, if you are tracking, don't panic if it, like I say, if it says I'm going to finish on Wednesday, because it won't be that case. Right, let's give you the answers though to these, as to what all these landmarks that we're going to run past in 3, 2, 1. There we go. So yeah, the first landmark that we're going to come past is Cutty Stark, which was number 5. As I said, I was talking to Chris about this on Monday night at Pool, and it was quite amusing watching people last year. They were just sort of getting to Cutty Sark and stopped and just took selfies. I'm thinking, you're crazy. Second one that we come past then out of those is Tower Bridge. We run across Tower Bridge as you get towards the halfway mark. Again, Tower Bridge is really frustrating. You get across Tower Bridge and you see all these people come flying past you on the other side who have already gone round Canary Wharf, and they've only got a couple of miles to go, and you've still got to go and do the Docklands. But number 3, you come across Tower Bridge, and there is the Tower of London. So that was number 1 of those pictures. Number 4 is all of the Canary Wharf complex. We run around that. So you run around the edge of it, come back round. You then run round sort of little bits of it, and then come back out the other side. Number 5, then we're moving on to the embankment now. And these are the big ones that we come past. We come under Blackfriars train station. That sort of beautiful train station that stretches out across the River Thames. We then come past Somerset House, which was number 6 of those pictures. It then finishes off with number 7. We come past the bench into the last couple of miles now, which I know there's going to be a few. My mum and my brother are going to be heading there. They'll be there on Sunday, so I know there'll be a few of you up there. And I'm not planning on stopping, I'll be honest, but I would, unless something drastically has gone wrong, but I will try and give you a wave. However, if anyone is going to the bench, by the way, this is going to sound really strange. Can you bring a bottle of Coca-Cola? If you can bring a bottle of Coca-Cola, so Mum, if you're watching, can you bring a bottle of Coca-Cola? I was told it will give me a last little boost for the finish. So I know it sounds stupid, but it sounds counterintuitive. But if anyone is going to the bench, please can you? Thank you. Number 8 is the Elizabeth Tower, or otherwise known as Big Ben to some people. We come past that, turn right. And then the final one is Buckingham Palace at the end of the Mall, which is going to be very emotional on Sunday, coming past that and onto the Mall after everything that's happened on the Mall over the last couple of weeks, and then across the finish line. So yeah, so that is all the things that we'll be running past this tomorrow as you watch it now. All right, let me move that down there, that up there. Right, get your answer sheets together. Let's go through your connections round and see how you did with this. Your last 20 answers then. Starting with this, number 1. What was the name of the dock in Liverpool that was home to the live This Morning weather map between 1988 and 1996? It was Albert Dock. Number 2, what word can go after stock, Billingsgate, and farmers? It is market. Number 3, UK TV Gold became which channel in 2007 and still uses the name to this date? It's Dave. All right, Dave. Number 4, the name of the seaside town on the north coast of Kent, a popular place, yada yada yada, for and also now Dreamland Amusement Park, is Margate. If you didn't know that, it might sink in what the connection is. Number 5, what was the name of the child in the film The Omen? Damien. Number 6, the common name for this is the snow pea, but what is it called across the British Isles? Mange tout. I had to find a way to get that in. Number 7, what is the name of this pub? That is the Nag's Head. Number 8, who is this? That is Nelson Mandela. Number 9, name the car. It's the Reliant Robin. And now, if you didn't know the connection, have you seen the answers, it will maybe sink in. Oh, that's my belly going. I need to get some lunch. What is the answer? It is Only Fools and Horses. I think it was John who suggested that, so thanks, John, for that. But when I saw it in the live chat on Monday, I thought, you know what, I'm doing that on Saturday. That's actually a brilliant idea, and that's a lot of fun. Right, general knowledge, then let's finish off. Number 1, name one of the 2 planets that don't have any confirmed moons. You could have either Mercury or Venus. Number 2, what nationality was the artist Monet? It is he was French. He was French. Ah, oui, oui. Number 3, name the tea brand. That is Tetley. Number 4, which English county has the longest coastline? It is Cornwall. Number 5, which country has an airport named after Mother Teresa? It's Albania. Number 6, RMS in terms of ships stands for Royal Mail Ship. Number 7, which fictional bear lived in the fictional village of Nutwood? It's Rupert the Bear. Number 8, which Shakespeare play opens 2 households, both alike in dignity? In fair Verona, where we lay our scene, it is Romeo and Juliet. Number 9, which Latin word's literal translation is somewhere else? It's alibi. Makes sense when you think about it. And finally, number 10, which city would you find the CBS Stadium, previously known as the Ricoh Arena? It is Coventry. Okay, your tiebreaker question is coming up, and it is marathon related. And it is this: using the average step length of 30 inches, how many steps will it take to complete the marathon? So using the average step length of 30 inches, how many steps will it take to complete the marathon? Now, I'm not going to give you much time on this because I know a lot of you are very intelligent and can go and mathematically work this out quickly. So I'm not going to give you much time. So remember, nearest to it gets the point. Because I know people are currently scrabbling around trying to work out how many miles are in, how many inches are in a mile, and then working it out from there. So I'm going to give you the answer now in 3, 2, get it written down, 1. 55,374 steps. When you break it down to that, it is a frightening prospect. I'll tell you. In fact, I'll tell you what I'll do. Yeah, I'll see if I remember. I'll make a note of how many steps I've made. I'll make a note of how many steps it takes, and see if we're anywhere near that. I'll see if I remember. Oh, in fact, I'll write there, steps marathon. So I'll because I'll have obviously done some steps before I get to the marathon. So when I take my first step, I'll note what it was, and if I remember when I get to the finish, I'll make a note, and we can see how close it was. There we go. That is it. That is all of your questions, all of your breaks, and all your tiebreaker and everything for you for this evening. Thank you very much for joining us as always. Let us know how you got on across social media, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. There'll be a post up, I would assume, on all 3 of those. So let us know how you got on. It is the big day tomorrow as you're watching this. If you're watching this on the premiere, I mean, let's say if you're watching this after Saturday, then it will have already happened. But here we go again. Round 2 of the London Marathon is tomorrow. Tracking numbers and stuff will be all across social media, and yeah, really do appreciate your support. There's been some incredible support so far. If you are in a position to help out Connection at St Martin's and back myself and Chris, we'd really appreciate it. The link is in the description. From me, if you're watching this and you're doing the marathon tomorrow, best of luck to everyone taking part. You know, from last year, it was an emotional day. It's going to be another emotional day tomorrow. Best of luck to everyone. Hope you raise incredible amounts of money for whichever charity it is you're supporting. And that is it from me. Providing all has gone well, I will see you back home here live on Thursday night with another quiz. As always for me, take care. We'll see you soon. That one there. We'll see you soon. As always for me, take care. Stay safe.